Hey guys, happy Sunday. Uh, just showing you all the shrimp in the, this is just one corner where I trimmed the baby tier that was going up about 6-7 inches, and then I trimmed it, and then this area right here was just kind of uprooted. But there are a tremendous amount of shrimp in this tank. You just can't see them all. But everywhere you look, you see one. But this kind of helps you get an idea of the density, which is kind of neat. Really good scavengers. As a matter of fact, you look on back there, you can see there's a crystal red back there in the back. And then if I pull out some, there's a few here on this log. And I put some flakes in for the Beckford pencil fish. And I just wish I had a better camera where you could just see how their fins, they really like to just jump somewhere and then sit in motion, even though the current there is moving at a pretty good clip. You just wouldn't know it, but they're a fun fish to watch. And then, you get an idea of how many shrimp. You can see some shrimp in this Christmas moss. There's definitely some shrimp that you can see down in this dwarf sage. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting. Well, try to pull out some, but there's some shrimp in here that no doubt give you a good idea. Really good density though. Fun tank. This has just been a fun tank. This tank is low maintenance. Honestly, all I really do, every now and then I'll do a water change, but mostly I just add water here. And the heavy plant population really make it easy, as well as to me, shrimp are just low maintenance because they're a scavenger. They will eat fish waste, so even if I overfeed these guys, the pencil fish, no matter what, they'll clean it all up. But the funniest thing that's ever happened with this tank to date is that this little island thing was just really a mistake, and it was just Rickia got caught on there, and then some Glosso that let go got stuck in there, and then the Glosso started rooting, and then the whole thing's just kind of held to be an island. And it's funny how you can see there's no water coming out there on the left, but it's there. It's just the Rickia is that tight. So matter of fact, I wonder if I can kind of see it rippling a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know. I just think that's pretty cool. But on to the 120. So I have put salt in here. I have added some chemicals in here. I need to run the flow rate wide open. The female, I did lose another of the male Boesemans, so I've lost 3 now. I just have the female, and then I have the young male. They are both eating, so that's a good sign. I did notice that I've got, this guy may not make it. If you notice the discoloration on him, you can see the fungus. And if it turns a little bit, it's really bad on the other side. If it'll move, I don't know that it's going to move because I'm up close to the tank with but if it turns, just waiting for it to turn. I'm hoping it's going to turn here in just a sec. Let's see if it does. Here we go. You can really see how bad it is on the other side and how discolored it is. So I've got one more treatment of the medication that I have to do on Tuesday. This fish looks like it is eating. It just looks terrible. So hopefully, yeah, look, see that? That's some serious damage on that fish. And the reason I don't like salt, and it's funny because if you go look at my other videos, you can see that the salt that actually landed on this wood right here killed the algae off of it. It almost looks like I sanded it, and I didn't. It's just some salt set on there, and that was it. But here, look at this. Go look at that previous video, and you can see where salt actually sat on this leaf. and that leaf is now dead because it's just such a high concentrate. Salt will kill any kind of plant life. And so, you know, I've got yellowing here because the salt crystals fell in this area, so it's already starting to yellow up. I'm sure some of this stuff will die on me. It'll let go. I don't care. I mean, I can easily build these plants back. One thing I did do is I moved my lace plant over to here. It had not been doing well, and I'm hoping that the flow rate is getting a better flow. It really likes high flow rate, so I just felt like it wasn't getting a lot of flow rate. Being this plant, this bunch of plants right here was growing so big and so thick that it was stealing all the flow rate. And a lace plant really wants to have good flow. So anyway, nothing really happy to say here about this tank. Just trying to ride the wave and see if I can survive it without losing any more fish. On a positive note, the female bosemani, the male bosemani that I have left are both eating, which is a good sign. I haven't lost any discus. So it's funny if you track back to some of these videos where I lost 3 cardinals, that was kind of odd, and then I've lost the 3 very, very healthy show quality bosemani males, and I haven't lost any discus. So I just think it's ironic how everybody thinks discus are so fragile, and I haven't flushed one yet, but I've been flushing a lot of everything else. So just kind of a myth versus reality versus, anyway, I guess the thing there is you can't trust everything you read, but and it could be, I think the discus I have are of an Asian Pacific variety. So, but anyway, but yeah, I was pretty. This kind of spurred me to do a video today because if you can look, especially if you look down, you see how pale it is. That's where those salt crystals landed on that leaf, and they weren't there for that long. But you can totally see where it caused it to dry out and be pale. So I don't know. I just think that's wild. But yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit of work in here, but just not much. And really, I'm just going to try to just clean the top here and get this to not be so stagnant. And that's really it. And then I've got another dose. Here's my twig catfish, Fuella. But I've got another dose of the medication that I've already measured out and got in a little bag, just in case you guys want to see what it is I'm adding. But I have pulled this out. This is for my next dosage. This is second and final dosage, which will be on Tuesday. Today's Sunday, and then on Friday I will start doing water changes to get this out of the system. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the kind words. Man, it's part of the hobby that really stinks. This is a part of the hobby that makes a lot of us reconsider if, you gotta love it. And this part almost makes you superstitious. Have a lucky rabbit's foot and do everything a certain way. And honestly, I have to look back and say that the red worm wiggler, I don't think that was the culprit. It might be. I may go back and look at some videos and think about it. But the challenge is there's so many different variables and so many different things that we're constantly changing in our tanks. And I'm just trying to be scientific instead of superstitious. But when you get bit like this, it really makes you superstitious. If you read back a few hundred years ago about the bubonic plague and different things like that swept our country before we understood penicillin and microorganisms, you can understand why people would sit in a ring of fire. And that, or if somebody got sick, you'd literally burn your house down and go build another one because nobody understood it and it wasn't worth taking the risk. So, but thankfully we figured a lot of that stuff out now. But still, with my fish tank, I need to hopefully be a little better at taking care of these guys. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Happy Sunday. And this tank is struggling. And thankfully I've got 2 tanks, and this one can give me some positive feedback while I figure out what in the world I did wrong on the 120. But sometimes bad just shows up and you just have to deal with it. But Anyway, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the new subscribers. And I'll keep you guys posted as I figure this one out. Later.